Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Miss Labitad. Thank you so much for taking time to meet with us today. We extend our sincerest gratitude for granting us this interview despite your demanding schedule. How are you doing?
Okay, once again, good evening, everyone. So, thank you also for having me this evening. And it's an opportunity to share some insights I have through this interview. So, I'm doing good, and I hope every one of you is fine as well.
Thank you so much, very much, Miss Labitad. No, allow us to formally introduce ourselves. We are all second year students of Bachelor ng Sining sa Filipino from Cebu Technological University.
So, I am Princess Nicole M. Gala.
And I am Galio Jalianmi.
And I am Chai Chai B. Montesilio.
And I am Igmedio B. Obligar.
I am Rodian May R. Pia.
We are currently undertaking a performance task for our functional English subject, which examines how specialized fields apply their expertise into professional practice across diverse career domains.
As a Bachelor of Sining sa Filipino graduate, your expertise exemplifies the meaningful career trajectories available to graduates of Filipino major studies, and we are honored to learn from your insight and experience.
To ensure the accuracy and integrity of our documentation, we propose to record this conversation for exclusive academic use within our course requirements, and a full video of the interview will be submitted to you for review and verification prior to any formal presentation or submission of our work. Ms. Labitad, may we obtain your formal consent to proceed with recording?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Labitad. We wish to note that you may decline to address any topic at your discretion, and you are free to pause or conclude the interview at any point you should require it. And with your consent, shall we proceed with the questions po?
Yes, dear, go ahead.
We would first like to understand your professional journey and foundational motivation. So, my first question is, how many years have been working in your field, and what first sparked your interest in the Filipino language and culture that lead you to pursue studies in it?
Okay, so currently I'm going 1 year with my current work, being an office secretary at a College of Medicine school. And with regards to the question as to what sparked my interest into studying the Filipino language and culture, so I can say that Filipino is rich and intricate to study. I think you know it kay nakastudy na mo sa uban nga mga courses that is offered in the specialized program under the Bachelor ng Sining sa Filipino. So I can say that um, it is not just our language, but also our culture and the literature, yung mga panitikan, yung pinag-aaralan dyan sa program na yan. And when they say na sinasabi ng iba na Filipino madali lang yan, no, so moingon sila nga magtagalog-tagalog ra mo dira, but they don't know, but there is more to the entry knowledge that they know about the Filipino studies. And for me, that is what led me to pursue Filipino. It is to know more about our roots and history as Filipinos.
Your explain about sa kanang imuhang experience in pagkuha sa kanang course nga Bachelor ng Sining sa Filipino. Yes, it's not all about kanang mag-talk lang ta about Filipino language dili gyud siya kanang sayon kay magkuan pa man gyud ta ana og kanang mag-studies pa ta about sa mga languages lang dili lang gid sa Filipino but other language pa sad. So thank you, Miss Labitad.
Next, it is valuable to understand how academic training applies to professional practice. So for our second question, throughout your career journey, what experiences have you had applying your knowledge of Filipino, and how has your background in the language shaped your professional path?
So, for me, um, it is totally yung continuous education of the young ones inside the classroom, highlighting my internship journey since the current field that I am in is not totally about exploring the Filipino teaching or the teaching profession. So, throughout that experience, it made me realize that teaching Filipino is not just about sa wika, sa lingwahe, pero it is about also unveiling yung culture natin of our own at yung iba pa na kumakatawan sa Filipino. Truthfully, the journey was not easy. Hindi naging madali sapagkat bilang isang guro at kayo may experience nyo din yan sa mga darating na panahon, you need to be well versed sa kung ano yung tinuturo mo. Pero while it is hard, it is also fulfilling and worthwhile because I can see that there are students who are interested to know more about our own. And it's like, murag nahima siyang motivation for you and fuel for you to keep going. Kasi alam mo na deserve ng mga students na malaman yung nararapat na kaalaman na kailangan nilang maintindihan at malaman while you are teaching.
Thank you very much, Miss Labitad, no? And I agree to that, no? It's not really easy. Di talaga madali yung mga pagdadaanan natin. And throughout, I agree on what you've said na we need to know more about our culture, no? Before we expand our knowledge to other culture, why not focus on your culture first? Knowing your kung saan ka nanggaling, kumbaga, no? And thank you very much for answering the question. Let's proceed.
Okay, moving forward, the relevance of Filipino language and culture in modern society is more critical than ever, particularly for younger generation shaping our nation futures. So, for you, how important do you think studying the Filipino language and culture is, especially for young people today?
Okay, so for me, learning the Filipino language is just as important as learning the English language. No, because imagine this, how can we fully embrace and love English as our own, but cannot do the same for our own language? Diba? It's kind of ironic and it's kind of questionable. So, yung masasabi ko lang is, we need to love ourselves first, kung ano yung sariling atin before we explore and we embrace others. So sabi nga ni Gat Jose Rizal no, na ang taong hindi marunong magmahal ng kanyang sariling wika ay higit pa sa isang hayop at malansang isda. So tayo bilang nagpapakadalubhasa sa wika, kailangan nating isulong at payabungin pa ang sariling atin dahil tayo yung we are the protectors and we are the guardians or advocate of our own language. Kasi for me, yung Filipino literature, yung Filipino language at culture is, for me, is pamana siya ng nakaraan at regalo sa kasalukuyan.
Tama po, Binibini. Napakagandang sagot. Salamat.
So now, we address the prevailing perception of English as the primary language of opportunity and advancement. So for the fourth question, Miss, we live in a time where English is often associated with innovation, opportunity, and modernity. How have you shown or experienced that Filipino language is just as valuable in personal and professional settings?
Okay, thank you. Just a little trip down the memory lane during my internship. Allow me to share nga gamay nga story. So, I noticed nga during my discussion or whenever we have an question and answer portion or during the oral participation, my students would always answer the question using the English language or vernacular language, which is the Bisaya, and they will always say nga, ma'am, pwede ba nga English or Tagalog English or Bisaya yung gagamitin naming lingwahe para sa pagsagot. But for me, as my way of encouragement, I motivate them na dapat matutuhan nilang gamitin ang wikang Filipino upang mas mahasa pa at mas maging accustomed sila sa paggamit nito because as what I've said, Filipino is just as important as English language.
Thank you for your sharing your experience, Miss. So, it is important no sa ang Filipino na makit nga mapakita sa nato nga makasabay in this generation ang atong language. So, thank you again for your experience, for sharing your experience, Miss.
Next po is we seek your professional guidance as current Filipino major students. And for the fifth question, what advice would you give to those who are still studying the Filipino major course, especially regarding their coursework and practical training?
All I can say is para sa inyo rin dahil isa kayo sa mga nag-aaral ng Filipino major. So maging masinop lang sa inyong pag-aaral and be committed in studying not just for the awards or yung mga external motivation na inyong matatanggap, but have the heart, yung passion nyo, yung commitment at willingness to learn more about our language, yung kultura natin at yung mga panitikan. Kasi ngayon pa lamang, sanayin niyo na rin yung mga sarili niyo sa mga challenges. You still have a long way to go, like mo third and fourth year pa mo, but I know you can do it.
Next up, we examine how provisional challenges refine practice and methodology. So the sixth question is, can you share a challenging moment you faced while applying your Filipino studies background in your work and how it is shaped your approach to your profession?
I can say yung challenge or the challenge that I faced in applying Filipino is that I never or I haven't fully applied or practiced my profession as a professional teacher. It's because in my recent or current line of work, which is being an office secretary, so it's kanang indeed like a whole shift siya from the classroom setting into an office setting. But since ang akong current workplace is a medicine school and undeniably English ang dominating language sa kanang field. However, in small ways I can still practice using the Filipino language in conversations and in dealing or interacting with other people and other students since it is also like a classroom where it is a diverse setting. So meron pa ring mga estudyante roon na nagsasalita ng Filipino dahil mula sila sa iba't ibang lugar at hindi lang dito sa Visayas. So, yes.
Uh, for me, kay kanang kuan, I think we are the same kay, have you said kay kanang kuan ka medicine and then mag-talk gina dira and mag-talk gina dira og English language and subjects kay kanang work focus gina dira sa English sa medicine and then kanang same sad tamis nga kanang medicine bitaw ang gusto nga kuhaon and then for kanang some reason nga nung di ko ka-take og kanang kuan medicine kay kanang kuwang mo kanang budget, but it's nice to know nga kanang karon nag kuan ka og kanang medicine. Thank you, Miss.
Continuing our discussion, we address the common challenge of building confidence in practical language use. So for our seventh question, Miss Labita, for individuals who struggle with speaking or writing in Filipino and want to build confidence using it in practical settings, what advice would you give based on your own experience and work in the field?
Again, I don't have any current experience sa teaching profession like nanadyo ko sa workforce, but citing my experience again during my internship at Mambaling National High School, um, I always tell my students that whenever they struggle to speak the Filipino language, like kanang during our oral recitation and such, I always tell them to try 'di ba? Kasi wala namang masama kung susubukan sa isang bagay na hindi mo pa na-try. So I am also always reminded by the words of Dr. Noval. I'm sure naka-encounter naman ni Sir Noval. And he said this during our pinning ceremony. Ano siya nga, ang pagkakamali ay parte ng natural na proseso ng pagkatuto, in which I also imparted the same exact words I remind my students.
Thank you very much, ma'am, no? So very relatable answer, no? And I agree to that. No, why not try and try? So I believe in this in the I believe that practice makes it perfect. I know it's common, but I really do apply it, no? Kasi kapag hindi mo sinubukan, if you didn't try, no, you will never know. If you don't practice, how will you know? Parang ganun lang siya, no? Thank you very much, Miss. So let's move on to our next question.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Moving on, we explored the evolution of societal perceptions and use of Filipino language. So the question number 8 is, in your observation, how has the perception and use of Filipino evolved over the years? And what changes have you noticed in how people, especially younger generation, relate to the language?
Okay, so for this question, isite lang nako ang katong giingon sa usa ka pantas ng wika na si Henry Gleason. Siguro familiar na mo ano niya. So sabi niya na ang wika daw ay dinamiko. So it just means that, and it is true that through the years, language is already evolving. No, so magamit na nato siya in the digital setting sa uh, different platforms like Facebook, mga social media, Facebook, uh, Instagram, TikTok, and others, and also in everyday conversations. So makakaingon ko nga naanay shift, especially how it is used by younger generation today. No, so naana sila yung mga terms, or kamo personally siguro nakagamit na mo aning mga Gen Z nga slangs nga tinatawag nila, like kanang mga phrase nga sobrang Latina, kanang mga ingana. So mao na makaingon ko nga language is evolving, and like sa mga Taglish pod, so usa po na sa example. So that's it.
Yes, tinuod jud kayo, Miss, kay bisag kami, Miss, kay mogamit jud mig mga naana nga word, Miss, labi na ng mga kana makita bitaw namo sa TikTok or sa Reels or sa feed namo, Miss. Next.
So the next is, we examine the role of our field in shaping individual and national identity. So for the ninth question, Miss, in your opinion, what role does Filipino language and culture play in shaping personal and national identity? And how have you seen this play out in your work?
Okay, so I think the Filipino language sa adlaw-adlaw nga paggamit, or many people, if they are only using it, it solidifies our sense of nationalism through continued practice in using the language. And since magkaugna yung wika at yung kultura, no, it just strengthens, and it is much more accessible for people to understand yung sarili nating kultura kung gagamit tayo ng sarili nating wika, kasi mas nai-express natin kung ano yung gusto nating ipalaganap, or ipa sana ipaalam sa iba. So in that sense, we empower more our language na mas ma-disseminate siya at mas ma-educate yung maraming tao, kasi nga sa paggamit ng ating wika, doon tayo masanay at mas higit natin na naiintindihan, or mas naiintindihan ng mga tao um, yung mga impormasyon or paglaganap ng kultura kapag ginagamit natin ang sarili natin.
Thank you for your response, Miss. So you are I am agree to that nga ang atong language is one of the use is that we kanang gather and information and to to mapalaganap ang mga information, and kanang information sad is mag-build sa nato og kanang knowledge and social status nato. Og thank you again sa imong response, Miss.
Shifting our focus, we explore the evolution of your professional understanding of our discipline. For the 10th question, Miss, how has your understanding of Filipino language and culture changed over time, and what influenced those changes the most?
Okay, so siguro throughout my journey as a student from first to fourth year studying Filipino under Bachiller ng Sining sa Filipino, so knowing that it only deepens my interest and I have learned to appreciate our own language, our own culture, yung mga panitikan um, na nasa Pilipinas. So, kasi alam ko na there is a story behind every terms, every concepts, mga important dates sa kasaysayan na ating pinag-aaralan that shaped our language as it is today.
Thank you po for that wonderful answer po. And I agree na passion is needed po in kanang in learning and studying, especially the Filipino language. Thank you so much po.
So now we address common misconception about Filipino studies as an academic discipline. So my 11th question is, in your experience, what are some common misconceptions about studying Filipino, and how do you usually address them?
So sa misconception, I think it is when people will say nga easy ra gyud daw nga studyhan ang Filipino language, but wala sila kaibaw nga it is much more than that. No, it is more complex and it takes a lot of time, comprehension in understanding the concepts, the history, yung kabuuan ng Filipino. No, it's not just about learning the art of language, but much more. And also, kanang when they prefer, no, most of the people, kanang prefer nila ang English language na mas ilahang gamiton than speaking our own. Like parang sinasabi nila na mas superior yung English language and not really paying close attention to our pambansang wikang pambansa, which is Filipino, which leads them to kanang masayod gani sila o gamit sa mga simple nga words, like example word nga kamusta instead of kumusta, because wala may ni-exist nga word nga kamusta. It is kumusta, gikan sa Spanish word nga como estas. So nga na, at yung paggamit din ng rin og din, daw og raw, so dili kayo nila ma-differentiate ang difference. So nga na, hindi ko naman sinasabi na kailangang maging matata sa pagsasalita, pero mas nindot siya nga mas bigyan natin ng pagpapahalaga ang ating sariling wika.
And I agree Miss mong giingon no nga dili easy ang kanang pag study gid sa Filipino, and sa experience sad nako sa akong tiya kay kanang moana ra gyud na siya nga kanang Filipino ra man na tama na gyud ka sa kanang kuan na Pilipinas. And for me kay mas murag nakakuan ko ba nga ay Filipino dili man gyud na kanang kuan ra gyud it's not just a language, kanang kuan gyud na siya na atay daghang makatunan ana dili ra ta diri taman sa Pilipinas magtrabaho ana, and pwede ta maka-help sa mga Filipino kung unsaon paggamit sa saktong wika, dili lang kay kanang ilarang maliiton bitaw ang ato ang kuan language. So I agree yun, Miss. Thank you.
Yeah, sakto jud nga dili raman sa ta dapat malimit nga moingon sila nga ay sa Pilipinas ra kakuto, because in fact naay Filipino nga subject nga gi-offer sa lain nga country. And siguro ma-encounter na ninyo puhon mga third year siguro mo kay Filipino nga course sa lain nga nasud. So yes.
Thank you very much, Miss. So next up, we examine the integration of cultural values into professional practice. So for our 12th question, Miss, how do you incorporate Filipino language and cultural values into your daily work or interactions with others?
Okay, so again, citing my internship journey, um, I incorporate or reinforce Filipino language and culture sa akong lesson proper or during discussion time. So, for example, like masingit lang nako if related siya sa kanang among study I mean gi-discuss. So, kanang maghatag sa ko or kuan ko mag-provide ko og a little bit history sa Filipino language like sa kung paano ito tinawag na Tagalog hanggang sa naging Filipino siya hanggang sa naging Filipino tinatawag na Filipino hanggang sa kasalukuyan. So like in that way kanang sa ingana nga method students are engaged and equipped with knowledge with regards to the Filipino studies and na sa ilahang discretion kung mas mo delve deeper pa ba sila nga to know more about our Filipino language and culture. So, pero as someone nga advocate like kita, nga advocate sa wika, we must encourage people or especially the students to study our own.
Thank you very much, Miss, to that very relatable answer, no? Because I also did experience that kind of mga before sa my teacher, no? Ang teacher, I have that teacher before na every time we have discussion, even if it's English, and he would tend to give some background about our Filipino language like that. So thank you very much, Miss.
Move forward, Miss. We explore the transferable skills cultivated through Filipino studies. So, question number 13 is, what competencies, skills, or strength do you think students gain from studying a Filipino major course that can also be useful in other careers or fields?
Mas nagiging maalam tayo sa about sa kasaysayan, sa kultura, mga panitikan ng Filipino. And since our program offers specialized courses like na ay mga subject dira sa lexicographia, pagsasaling technical, pagsasaling pang-media at iba pa. So it will be much useful nga i-share and impart the knowledge towards other people. And so in that way, we empower our own language. So in a sense, um, if kamo puhon, mahimo na mong professional teacher. So you will use whatever learnings you gained, much deeper understanding nga i-impart ninyo sa inyong mga students.
Okay, thank you, Miss, for that answer.
So for the next question, Miss, and we seek your vision for the future Filipino language and culture. So for the 14th question, Miss, looking ahead, what do you hope will happen to the Filipino language in the future? And what role do you think the younger generation will play in that?
So I hope in the coming years of future, Filipino language will continue to flourish to flourish more as it should. And I hope that yung mga younger generation again will be the guardian, yung maging protector, yung maging advocate sa lingwaheng Filipino that will establish and strengthen more our identity as Filipinos. And in the coming years, naway mas magamit pa at mas maging intelektualisado pa ang ating wikang Filipino.
Thank you for the answer, Miss. So yes, sakto gyud kay ang language is one of the important of language is kanang pasa-pasa na maka-help siya nga mapasa ang ang culture labi na ang language sa mga new generation that kana nga sila ang magpadayon and magpatubo sa language nga atong gidak-an. So, thank you again, Miss, sa imong answer.
And finally, we conclude the substantive portion of our interview with a focus on impactful practice. For the 15th question, Miss, can you share a specific moment in your career when using the Filipino language made a significant impact either in connecting with people or achieving a goal?
Kay, allow me to share but not really connected sa akong current job or current career. But sa akong nahimduman, one significant impact I can share while using the Filipino language in achieving a certain goal is by using it to connect to more people, to share and ma-enlighten sila more about the specific activity that we were discussing. I think it was during our third year katong nag-organize ni og symposium para sa among project sa usa ka subject. And through that activity, so we were able to highlight and express what unsa jud among ganahan ni address using the Filipino language. So sa method nga ingana we became more well versed, like kumbaga mas naipahayag namin ng maayos yung gusto naming tumbukin at ipalaganap sa ibang tao. So that's why I can say that using our own language helps us become more confident and let the language be the key to achieve a common goal nga maka-benefit sa tanan and not dili ma left behind ang kung kinsa man. So yes.
Thank you so much, Miss, for sharing your experience with us. Your insights are helpful to us, especially knowing the application of Filipino, not just in academic settings, but also with interaction with other people. Thank you so much po.
On behalf of our entire group, we extend our deepest gratitude for your comprehensive insight and generous time today. Ms. Labited, before we conclude, do you have any additional perspective or guidance you wish to share with us as a student currently taking the BS Filipino course?
Okay, unsa man ako ma-advise. So, first of all, I would like to thank you all again for giving me this opportunity nga i-share man kung unsa man akong na-share, and I hope nga insightful ra to siya and nara mo'y nakuha nga kanang valuable and like highlights sa kaning session. So sa akong advice siguro kay just prepare. Kay I know you have still a long way to go. So mo third year pa mo, mo fourth year, and through that years kay it will not be an easy ride or it will not be an easy journey kay makipagbakbaka na mo sa thesis, and then puhon if makapasar mo sa thesis, hopefully um, maka-proceed mo sa practical teaching in which mo na i-deploy mo sa other schools and you will practice the profession. Siguro it will not be easy, but I know for sure in the end it will be worth it. So mao to ako maingon ninyo. And siguro mag-prepare na lang sa siguro mo og kanang title para sa inyong maging thesis puhon kay basin magbugno mo ni Sir Arnel sa sa inyong title defense. Pero I know kaya na ninyo and makapasar mo and hopefully makagraduate mo puhon-puhon guys. Tumara to. Thank you.
So, thank you for that, heartfelt advice, Miss Labitad, no? It has been a privilege to speak with you. Your willingness to take time out of your schedule to guide us as students, no? It means more than we can say, no? Thank you.
We are truly grateful for this opportunity, Miss, to learn from someone who has graduated from Filipino major course and build a career. So, Miss Labitad, your presence and guidance have been so valuable to us as we continue our studies. So we appreciate Miss for your sharing your professional path with us. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. God bless
So,
sa inyong journey.
before that, Miss, I want to confirm for our next steps with you, Miss Labitad. We will compile our notes into a full transcript and send it to you by the close of next week or for your review, Miss. We would also be honored to share our final performance task video with you once it complete. So, thank you kayo, Miss.
Sige, we'll look forward sa inyong output and hopefully makapasar mo sa inyong functional English and all other subjects.
Thank you, Ms. Davitat. And once again, we express our sincerest appreciation for your expertise and generosity, and we wish you all the best in your work and hope you have a productive and wonderful day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. God bless everyone.